Ready to live at the higher vibrations, where peace, love, joy, and good health are the daily standard? That's what this show is all about. Welcome to Vibe. And here's your host, Robin Openshaw.
What's a coffee enema and why would I do it? Hey, I'm Robin Openshaw. I'm the Green Smoothie Girl. My whole life, since I got sick in my late 20s, I've been on the hunt for easy practices that maintain my good health since regaining it half my life ago. And I'm always excited to share with you the things that work. Even better when they're free or super cheap. Coffee enemas make the cut after discarding 99% of what marketers sell you, promising you'll detoxify, because most of it is high profit, low efficacy stuff. Yes, you read that right. I highly recommend coffee enemas. It's not really an enema, and it sounds weird, I know. Hang in here with me. They're so powerful for cleansing your liver, but not as a standalone or magic bullet practice by themselves. Let me explain. The liver is your detox powerhouse. So much happens in the liver, we probably got it wrong about the heart being the central organ. Yes, the heart pumps blood, but the liver has well over 500 documented functions. Some scientists think that we may have as many as 1,000 functions of the liver. It affects how you look and how you feel in so many ways. It works 24/7 for you till your last moment on earth. And we don't stop and think about our liver because we never see it or feel it working like we can with our heart when we feel our pulse. But the liver is filtering out toxins like environmental chemicals, pharmaceuticals, and all the stuff that's in our food, even though we may try to eat clean. The liver can get sluggish from overwork and being so burdened by toxicity. In my upcoming September 2025 book, Take Daily, we'll explore how liver and kidney damage are one of the prices we pay for taking so many supplements, since most supplements are made of industrial byproducts and mostly also use solvents and sometimes several or even dozens of other chemicals. Let's talk about how coffee enemas work. You aren't actually irrigating the colon. That's why it's not an enema. People have called it an enema for decades just because, well, you do put the coffee in the anus, and people know what the word enema means, but it's really an implant, not an enema. You're holding room temperature organic coffee, preferably made with a French press rather than brewed, in the lower transverse colon for 12 to 15 minutes, ideally. Your first time, maybe 4 to 5 minutes is more realistic. John and I have both taken to doing it in the bathtub, nice warm water. This is the most comfortable way to do it. Caffeine and other compounds like theobromine and palmitic acids enter the liver directly through the portal vein and can, number one, stimulate bile flow. Number two, help your liver flush out toxins immediately. And number three, boost production of glutathione, your body's master antioxidant, which makes you feel like $1,000,000. There's more to detoxing. We have had people do the Green Smoothie Girl 26-day detox, except they actually skip the entire diet and just do the coffee enemas, hoping to get the results that way. But coffee enemas help bring the physical byproducts and chemical toxins out after a high fiber, nutrient dense diet has been breaking down mucoid plaque in the colon for a day or a week or longer. Our detox is 26 days with no dairy, no meat, no oil, no refined sugar, no flour, no added salt, no coffee that you drink anyway, and no alcohol, which is also hydrating the body as well as dilating the ducts, which will make the coffee enema be so much more productive. So what do you eat on the plan? Entirely plants. Luckily, there are hundreds of vegetables, greens, fruits, legumes, grain-like foods like seed fruits, nuts, and seeds that provide you with all the nutrients you need for a successful detox and lots of fiber. Once you've done this for a day, you can even start a week or more into the detox. Coffee enemas daily can not only radically improve the output of toxicity, they can also relieve any temporary Herxheimer reactions or cleansing crisis symptoms that you may have. The most common cleansing reactions are headaches, fatigue, aches, rashes, or other temporary reactions as the body may have toxins flooding out. They went in hard and they sometimes come out hard too, especially for people who've done chemotherapy or have taken pharmaceutical drugs in the past. But coffee enemas can really help with those symptoms. The plant based diet, low in fats, easy to digest, frees up energy. Normally, digestion takes up 65% of the body's available energy, and the body begins to go to work with its freed up energy, breaking down rubbery mucoid plaque that may have been lining your colon for years or decades. I didn't believe this really when I read Dr. Bernard Jensen's book of my grandmother's 30 years ago until I saw the rubbery tire like material leave my own body in my own first detox half my life ago. I saw a lot of it actually. It came out for days. It was shaped exactly like the intestines, unmistakably, just as Dr. Jensen wrote about in his book and showed hundreds of photos from the 1950s to the 1970s, often with tongs holding up the catarrhal mucoid plaque. So if these chunks of tire rubber are breaking down, let's help it come out. Enter a continuously plant-based diet for 26 days and coffee enemas. In addition to the tire rubber like stuff, I've also done the detox and eliminated a 5-inch or once even a 12-inch parasite during a coffee enema. Amazingly, one of our detoxers eliminated an 8-foot long parasite in 3 separate pieces. She took photos of it because otherwise it would be so hard to believe. I took a photo of the 12-inch parasite too years ago and I posted it on Facebook. Not in the post because not everyone wants to see that, but in the comments if people asked. The only way I can explain how I'd grown that parasite is that it happened a year after moving to Florida, where despite eating a whole food plant-based diet for many years, I ate crab cakes about a dozen times in that year prior. I figured when in Rome. Well, I won't be doing that again. After the 12-inch parasite, 0 crab cakes for me. We've had hundreds of our detoxers take photos of parasites, nests of larvae or eggs, and also gobs of precursor stones, sometimes hundreds. These are the crystalline structures in the bile ducts throughout the liver and gallbladder. They eliminated them during the 26-day program, and especially if they were willing to add coffee enemas as an adjunct to the program. Our lead health coach, Helen, and I debate whether we should require that people do the coffee enemas. I agree with Helen that we probably should. However, I don't know how to convince someone who's never done a detox before to put a cup of Joe in their butt, preferably up to 4 cups of it. It's not something you can easily bring up right out of the gate. So most of the time, our detoxers join us having no intention whatsoever of doing this. But then they're in our huge Facebook group of veteran detoxers who tell them what a great experience it is and tell them to go to stage 2 or level 2 in their detox manual and try the coffee enemas. After a learning curve, your first time or two can be kind of comedic. We do give you instructions to try to make it easy and successful. If you can't hold the coffee in for 12 to 15 minutes, that's fine, and that's normal. Since your liver filters your entire blood supply every 4 minutes, even holding it in for 4 minutes is useful. You holding the coffee in the lower 6 inches of your transverse colon causes the coffee to be taken up by the bed of hemorrhoidal veins to the hepatic system to dilate the hundreds of ducts in the liver and gallbladder and dump stuff out. Toxins are dumped from hundreds of liver ducts and gallbladder ducts down into the lower colon to be eliminated with the coffee. One of the mechanisms of action of the detox program is to break hardened materials down for elimination. But another mechanism is dilation of blood vessels and ducts to cleanse fluids such as bile and blood. Everything you eat during the 26 days is conducive to dilation of vessels and ducts. Alcohol and coffee, by the way, and also animal foods, they are constricting to the vessels as well as dehydrating. Very counterproductive to getting a good liver and gallbladder flush. And they're banned for those 26 days. In the case of the coffee enema, another of its mechanisms of action is that it causes the body to produce up to 800% more glutathione, a feel-good natural chemical. It's really not the same buzz you get from drinking coffee because it doesn't go through the stomach and GI tract to acidify the whole body. And in fact, the amount of caffeine in your blood after a coffee enema is about as much as you'd have in your blood 8 hours after drinking a single cup of coffee. So the systemic absorption of caffeine is extremely low. You're using the caffeine only for a specific purpose, to dilate ductwork, to release toxins, and you're not absorbing it throughout the body with the need to then neutralize or buffer the acids using up minerals. So the synergy of nutrition and coffee enemas. We've just added before and after labs to the detox package. And my friend Alan Hopkins, MD, and I did a video about how to interpret your labs before and after you do the detox. You will see with numbers the dramatic difference that cleaning house can make on your heart disease and diabetes risk, your level of inflammation, and your liver and kidney health. The plant-based organic whole food diet, plus eliminating what comes up quickly with the coffee enemas and some other optimization strategies in the detox manual, might just give you more mental clarity, more energy, better skin, a sense of lightness and energy. Average weight loss is 12.3 pounds, relief from inflammation and aches. Our annual 40% off deal is going on now. If you're feeling sluggish, bloated, or just not quite yourself, or if you just like to practice prevention, consider doing the detox and going all the way with daily coffee enemas. Consider buying a large French press ahead of time. I hate giving Amazon business and so support a small business if you can, but Amazon does have one that will be at your door in 2 days. Not only do we have the annual 40% off deal going on right now, but you can get another $200 off in our flash sale using the coupon Flash Detox. Check out the link down below and we'll see you inside the detox. Don't be nervous, be excited, and I'll see you next time.